welcome to Verified Soul. This is the live session that was long awaited, and here we go. So welcome to this channel. As we proceed, you can consider liking the video, also subscribing, and also get ready to post your questions because we are here to talk on those questions. So as I had earlier promised you and also requested you to do was to give me the introductory part of this video. What are the introductory topics that you would like me to discuss? And that is what I'm just about to do, because you guys went ahead and gave me the topics that you would like me to handle in the introductory part of this video. But before that, I hope you're getting me loud and clear. Is my voice clear? Can you get my words? Can you hear my voice? If so, please tell me, and also say hi, share the link to other people to join. Tell them we have already begun. So I have my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things that you suggested I start with this video, and I will discuss them as I will be able. And the first one is a question that I got from a person that is currently in Uganda and is a winner and is waiting for the second notification letter, and his worries is, where am I supposed to do or to take my medical examination? Is it in Kenya, where he is supposed to get his interview from, or he can do it from Uganda? So to answer this question, I want to tell you that there are some embassies that are affiliated to the Nairobi embassy, and all those countries whose citizens are supposed to take their DV lottery interviews from the Nairobi embassy, they are required to take their medical examinations from the Nairobi Specified Medical Examination Center, and that is the IOM in Gigiri. So even if you come from Uganda or Somalia and you want to take the medical examination for an interview that is upcoming at Nairobi Embassy, you are supposed to take your medication from the specified medical center by the US Embassy in Nairobi, and that is the IOM at Gigiri. That I've just answered. Now, the other topic that I do as I'm waiting for your questions as well is, the other one was concerned about the life after the visa approval. So the life after the visa approval, that is before you move out of your country and go to the United States and after you've landed. So before you go to the United States, of course, after the visa has been approved, you'll have to wait for your documents to be sent back to you, or you will have to go for the documents to the embassy, depending on the country that you're coming from. And once the visa, once they arrive, it is your sole duty to check and counter-check the stamped visa on the passports, whether they are with the details that belongs to you. Check whether it is correct. And if you find some discrepancies in names or whichever thing, then you need to report back to the embassy. Then you need to organize yourself and plan. Are you going alone to the United States first, or are you traveling the whole of the family if you are a family? And if so, you just plan yourself and then move to the United States. And if you had not paid your visa fee, that is $220 US, you can pay at the embassy or during the interview, so to say, or when you land in the United States, there's no problem with that. So you also consider paying your visa fee. And then after getting the air ticket or the flight ticket, then you move to the United States. And when you land in the United States, majority of you will be headed to their hosts. And your host is the person that majorly or to some large extent determine the immigrant's life at the beginning. So the first few months, the first few weeks of your life in the United States, they are wholly dependent on the hosts. As the host directs you. So the host will help you with the place to reside. The host will help you with the information on how to start life. He or she will help you on how to get the documentations, the visa, how to get, not the visa, the green card, how to get the social security number, which is very important for you to start working. He's the one who will help you how to know the credit score and how to grow your credit score, how you can get your first car, your first apartment, how, and all those things. So that is the initial life when you land in the United States. Let me just answer it as brief as that, but if you want to know more, you can follow the videos that I've posted, and I'll also do it to the specific question that you would be having on life after that. So before I continue with those introductory parts, let me see the questions that you have, you guys. Habib says, watching live from Ghana. Welcome, Habib. Ochama says, yes, we can hear you. That's nice. Ochama, hi. Hi to you. And then Fitness Monster says, hi, sir. I hope you're well. Yes, I am. I hope you're well too. And we have Abdikazmi. Abdikazmi, as always, you're always punctual in these lives. Welcome back. Let me see what you're saying. Hello, bro. My case number since last 2 months, and the embassy in which my interview will be conducted currently schedules till 14,000, and my case number is 16,000 from Asia. So what will be my chance of 2NL? Of course, we are still very early, and the visa bulletin that came out the other day was the visa bulletin for the month of May. And between now and May, hopefully for your embassy, you're saying you're 16,000 and it is up to 14,000, meaning within the next 2 months, they might already have reached the case number 16,000. For your case, you're still very safe because we see 14 and the next batch will be up to 16,000, if so to speak. So you're very safe, Abdi Kazmi. We are still in March, the last days of March. You're very safe. Sir, my case number is 7,942 in Asia region. Can't get the second notification letter. My interview location is Pakistan, Islamabad. I think I know you. I think we've chatted over the WhatsApp, if I'm not wrong with you. And I said that for your case is very low. And Islamabad, we saw they are now on the upwards of 12,000, if I'm not wrong, 12,000. I can confirm here. Let me see. Islamabad, that is Pakistan. And Islamabad, Pakistan, they are upwards of, is this, excuse me, 14,000, 15,000. So I'm worried. I don't know what might be causing your delay. Maybe your case is complicated a bit, but if you ask for the status, the status of your case from KCC, and they told you that your case is current for visa processing, that simply means that they have processed or your DS-260, and you are supposed to have been scheduled for your case, but I don't know why. But let's just wait, because there are some such cases that do happen whereby your case number goes beyond the expected date of the 2NL, but later on you get. Last year we saw an individual with case number 300 coming from Africa and was scheduled for the interview late in July, around July. So don't get disappointed or discouraged. Just wait and see. And then we have uh, Michael, thank you so much for your continued comments. I always see you. Shout out to you. And they say, proudly watching from Uganda. Uganda, you're welcome. And then Fitness Monster, your birthplace. He's asking the birthplace of that individual with 7,000. Yeah, which birthplace are you from? Please note it down if you don't mind. And then we have Noah. Hi, I'm watching from Istanbul, Turkey, but I'm a Sierra Leonean, and I have received my second notification letter and will soon travel. Congratulations to you. I'm happy to hear that, Noah, that you have your second notification letter and you're hoping to travel soon. All the best, all the best, all the best, all the best during your interview. Prepare well. Remember, we have several videos lined in the channel that speaks about preparations. Make sure you prepare well. All the best. And then we have Michael. Just to be sure, because I was confused somewhere, is one supposed to book for courier services to pick passport before or after the interview? Yes, I saw your concern in the comments, because the green envelope that you get once you get visa approval after the interview, it clearly says there that you book for the courier services. That is just to ensure that you have booked. But remember, when we were doing the medical booking video and registering your appointment online, we saw that when you go to the registering your appointment online, there are steps there that you're supposed to fill or to take to select the courier service. So the instruction that is on the green paper after the visa interview is just a confirmation that you surely have booked that. But remember, when you visit your embassy and you are booking or registering your appointment online, on that place, you are supposed to fill in the details of your courier services. So if you go to the interview, yet you had not booked for the courier service, the delivery services, then you're supposed to fill or to choose at the interview. In fact, they will not let you proceed to the interview desk if you have not filled the courier services or the delivery services. The first desk that you step, where you are requested for the documents, they will check for all those things. Have you filled the delivery service? And then they will ensure that. Thank you so much for that question. And then we have the other question from Folly. Thank you guys for coming. Please like. I want your likes there, likes there. And if you have not subscribed, subscribe as we progress. Is it true? Is it good? Do it. Now, we go to Folly. I filled DV lottery form last year, but my passport will be ready this year, July. Please, will it affect me? Definitely not, because the results are out, and then we have from May up to September for you to fill in the DS260 form. And you can also fill it at whichever time you want up to the last of the fiscal year, that is next year, September 30th, if you like. But remember, the earlier you fill the DS260 form, the better for you, because KCC will process it early enough for your interview scheduling. But if you feel on July, you're still not late, because the interviews have not already kick-started. They just start from October 1st. So you will not be that late. You are very safe. But remember, all of you who are hoping for a successful DV selection, you are hoping to be selected, and you don't have your passport, remember that you, as the principal applicant, you cannot fully fill your DS260 form without the passport. You cannot. In fact, the first pages of the DS260 form requires your travel document details. That is the passport. It is very important that you as the principal applicant have it, together with a grown-up, maybe your spouse. Your spouse's passport and your derivative's passport, they are important. But more important is the principal's applicant. Remember, for the part of the kids or the dependents, you can use a certain number, maybe your national ID number, in place of the travel details. And later on, when you gain back, when you get the passports of your derivatives, you request unlocking of the DS260 form and then update the information. But for the principal applicant, there is no second option. You must be having your passport by the time you want to fill the DS260 form. That was a lengthy one, but yeah, that is it. And then we have Ochama. In DS260 form, there is a part which says petitioner, and it has three options, which are father, employer, and self. Which one do I select in my DS260? It depends with you. And remember, guys, I want to talk less of the DS260 form in this video because I'm planning a big video that really goes into details about filling the DS260 form. I had done one last year, but I'm planning to take you people through the DS260 form filling bit by bit, explaining everything to you. So stick around for that video. This time around, you won't make any mistake. I assure you, you won't make any mistake because I have big plans for you. Therefore, stick around for that. And then we have, where do I get the invoice ID? Now, the issue with the invoice ID is on the first, what do we call it? The barcode. The barcode on the confirmation number. Those numbers on the barcode, they are the invoice ID. And also on the first notification letter, we also have that barcode. So the numbers that are on top the barcode, that is the invoice ID. And then we have Ntambi. I hope I'm pronouncing that word correctly. Sir, my current number is 12,077 in Uganda. What are my chances of second notification letter? 12,077. Of course, if you're from Uganda, your embassy of interview is Nairobi, and Nairobi is now dealing with cases between 12,000 and 14,000. So that means any moment you will get your second notification letter, and that means you're safe, because if I check here and have the confirmation here from the Zathicius website, I see that the Nairobi embassy, we now are at between 12,000 and 14,000. Sir, thank you, watching from Dubai. Keep it up. Thank you, George Asiedu. Welcome to this channel. We have Abdikazmi. Pakistan, Islamabad, 14,000. And my case is 16,000. I already answered that. Just scroll back through the video. Watching from South Sudan. Cool. Thank you. Welcome from South Sudan. Shout out to you. And we have the one with the Monster Fitness says, when I inquired from KCC, they told us your case number is current for interview, and there is a case and there is a chance to get the second notification letter from Pakistan. Yeah, that is true. If you requested for your status check And I know your case number, if I'm not wrong, you said you're 7,900, around there. If you requested for the status and the status was it is current for visa processing, then KCC is through with processing your DS260 form. And the next step is for them to send you the second notification letter once an appointment opportunity for your interview at your embassy avails itself. What do I mean by that? Remember, there are three conditions. Let me repeat, because I've talked about it again and again in the channel, that there are three principal things that are supposed to have been fulfilled prior your second notification letter. And the first one was, of course, your case must have been processed. That is the DS260 form, fully processed by KCC. The second factor, or the second thing that should have been completed, of course, is that your case should be within the cutoff numbers. That means should be current, of which your case is current. And then thirdly, there must be a slot for interview allocation in your embassy. So your embassy speed also affects when you get your second notification letter. So once a position avails, a slot avails, then you will receive your second notification letter because your case is current for visa interview. And then we have KE, Benson KE. That is Benson from my home country, Kenya. Thank you for the live session to enlighten us. My question is, if I am selected, will I wait I get my kids' passports to fill the DS260 form? Very good question. Let me repeat because I've said it earlier. If you get selected and the results are out on May 6th, as you all know, 2023, when the results are out and you check and you are selected, you as the principal applicant must have the passport. And also your derivatives should have. But if your kids don't have the passport, but you have, you can fill the DS260, the whole of it. But for the data regarding the travel documents for your kids, you can use your your national ID number in place and then submit it. There's no problem with that. And then get the passports as early as you can, because if you are late, then it will be up to you. Then once you get the passports, request KCC to unlock your DS260 form and fill in the passport details of your kids. I hope that is correct. It's clear to you. Now, we have Abdikari, 20K from Nepal. I have any chances of getting the second notification letter? Let me confirm something here. Let me see the Kathmandu, what they are doing. Kathmandu Embassy, Nepal. What is their stand? So their stand is 12,000 and 13,000. Yeah, 12,000 and 13,000. And just give me a moment. Just give me a moment. We are checking on Kathmandu. So Kathmandu, they are currently handling between 12,000 and 30,000, as we've seen. And I'm just opening another page. But meanwhile, guys, consider liking the video. That is all I want from you. Support the channel and also like the video. Subscribe if you're new. So we are checking the Kathmandu here. And we see this. Just give me a moment. Just give me a moment. Just give me a moment. Yeah, there are 12,000 and your 20K. Yeah, to speak the truth and to be frank with you, that is a risky number for you. We just hope for the best, but it's a risky number. It's relatively high. So we just hope for the best, but it is relatively high. And then we have who? Oh, who do we have? Wachama, why don't Ugandan embassy tackle diversity visa? That is a discussion for another day. I'm also wondering why, but it is so. They just want you to come to Kenya. I don't know. Maybe. Uh, Felix Efaza, first of all, welcome. I helped my brother, my wife, with NHIF card while she was sick, and I filed her name in my card. Can that destroy the chances of... no, that is not an issue. NHIF does not affect anything in this process. And then watching from Doha, Qatar. Qatar, welcome, Benson KE. And then we have, is all the applicants have high school requirements, or this is just the principal applicant? Oh yeah, I can get your question. If I might paraphrase it, is it only the principal applicant that should have the high school qualification or any other qualification, or is it all the members within the principal applicant's application? No, it is only the principal applicant that qualifies and not the rest. The others, they qualify even if they never went to any school, even if they don't qualify. So long as you are a derivative under a principal applicant, only the principal applicant should qualify. Nairobi Embassy, you are saying Nairobi Embassy has no courier services to book? Let me confirm, because earlier on we booked that. Let me confirm. And then we have verified. So I have a question. That is, Squall. Is it a must to go for the country that you live there for more than 6 months? You can apply for the... Oh, let me get your question. Is it a must to go for the country that you lived there for more than 6 months? You can apply for it there at the embassy. I hope you are you talking about the PCC? I don't... Yeah, I'm live. Sorry guys, there was a network hitch, and I was out temporarily. I think I'm now audible. Can you hear me? And I was saying, since we are in live session, and here I want to answer all questions. I've not gotten your question right, but let me answer on the PCC. So when you want to get the police clearance certificate, remember you're supposed to have the police clearance certificate for all individuals in your application that are beyond 16 years of age. And the second thing that you should know, that you're supposed to have the police clearance certificate for all the countries that you lived in the past for more than 12 months. So you lived in the past not as a citizen, but just as a resident for more than 12 months. That is one place that you should get the police clearance certificate. The second one is if you had applied for a citizenship of a certain country and you became a citizen of that country and you lived there for more than 6 months, the point is 6 months, then you're supposed to get the certificate. Or let's say, for example, you acquired the citizenship and then you just lived there for 3 months and came back to your original, your natural country, then you will not require that. But if you obtain the citizenship and you stayed there for more than 6 months, then you require the police clearance certificate. That is the second time where you need the police clearance certificate. The third one is if you are currently living in a different country from your country of birth. If you're currently living in a different country and you have stayed there more than 6 months, you also need the police clearance certificate of that country. But note these important points. If you have a police clearance certificate of a previously lived country and it is long time ago, but you had gotten the police clearance during that time of your stay, and you have that old police clearance certificate, you should use that. It is still valid. But if you don't have, then you will contact the necessary authorities and know the ways of how to get those passports, because you will be required to have them during the interview. I hope that point is clear. Is it? If it's not, ask it. Allow me, guys, before I continue the question, to tackle the other topic that should be introductory of this part. And it says the cutoff number for the current visa bulletin and the embassy performance. I think that one I've answered. And if you want to know more about the performance of your embassy, don't feel afraid. Don't shy off from checking the Zathicius.xyz and select the DV Lottery 2023, plug in the name of your embassy, and then you'll see the position of your embassy, the performance of your embassy. It is simpler that way. But about the cutoff numbers, we saw for Africa it increased, and for some other region they remained constant. But it's not more about the cutoff number, especially for some countries that are poor performing. It's about your case number and how the embassies are performing. That is the major concern, because the KCC is really doing its work. They are really doing their work very well. But what is failing many people, they are the embassies. Many embassies, they are not up to par with the expectation. And that's what we are feeling so frustrated about. But all will be well. If your chance, or when your chance comes, it is your chance. So let me come back to the questions. Watching from Togo, Mila, shout out to you. Thank you. Welcome to this channel. Hello, sir. I appreciate the DV lottery program with my work experience, but I went to the internet and told me that it is not good working experience. Yeah, I think you also came to my inbox. I mean to the comments. Yes. Let me tackle this. Now, remember, just as a reminder, that there are two ways in which you can qualify. That is by academics, or if not academics, the work experience. And about the work experience, it is a big challenge for many people. It is a big challenge for many people because it is very subjective. Very subjective. If you're qualifying academically, that is the simpler, the straight way. But if you're qualifying through work, then it's very subjective. It is subjected to many reasoning. And that's why they require you to have a job that is at least of 7 SVP range, 7 SVP. And that information, you get it from the website of the Labor Department of the United States. And that website is called onenetonline.com. So they say that for you to qualify for a diversity visa application lottery, then you need to have at least 7 on the SVP range, 7 and above. And for a hairdresser, for example, because that is the question here, when you check for the hairdresser, it falls under the SVP of 4 and 5, between 4 and 5 and 6 SVP, 4, 5, 6 SVP, and that simply means that that job title cannot qualify you. If you check for the driver, a truck driver, you'll see it is between 6 and 7, and that's simply because that simply means because it's between 6 and 7, then you're not qualifying. You only need to have 7 and 8 or 7 and above. So you just go to that website, onenetonline.org, and there you check the SVP range of your work experience, and then use that as a qualification. If it is above 7 SVP on SVP range. Is that right? SVP means Special Vocational Program Preparation, Special Vocational Preparation. So it should be above 7 on the SVP range. And we continue. What if your husband died while your interview is 25 days ahead? Oh, that's so unfortunate. Sorry if that is your case, that you are, and let me answer this question this way. I did a video and it is in the videos, but let me answer this way. If your husband dies and maybe he was the main applicant, that simply means your case cannot progress because it is the principal applicant that qualified. They don't know more about you. They know about the principal applicant. And that means if he was the main applicant and the winner, then the case is done. You cannot continue that, and that's so unfortunate. Better the principal applicant dies after you've gotten the visa. After you've landed in the United States, sorry. Better he dies if he is the principal applicant after landing in the United States, then you are safe. But if he dies before you land, remember at the point of entry, the principal applicant needs to clear. And that means even if you have the visa, then you cannot proceed. Number 2, for your case, if he dies before the interview, we've said it is done. But let us consider the second option. If your husband dies and he is not the principal applicant, there's no problem with that. You're the one who won and he was your derivative. Then if he dies, you just acquire the death certificate and go with it to the embassy and show that he passed on. That is simply that way. I hope I've answered that. And sorry for that. Hi, sir. Why are the COs, that is the consular officers, so tough on work experience people? Also, say something about people going through the work experience. I think I've talked about that. But the reason as to why they are so tough is because, remember, if you have an education background, that is the secondary certificate, the secondary diploma, that means you've met the elementary education in the United States. They are considered equal. Therefore, you've qualified. And once you move to the United States, you have ground to start life. You can join a university or college. You can decide to do anything beyond that. But if you're qualifying with work experience, that means you don't have any academic qualification. That means where will you start? So you need to prove to them that you really are qualified through work, that you have some ground to also start your life there beyond what you can offer as education because it did not qualify. So they are very tough on that because simply of that, if we can generally say. And then we have this. When that is in terms, when checking my status, it says at NVC yet, that one. At NVC, is it not current? Be clear. Is your case not current? Is it still at NVC? Because if it's at NVC and it's not current, that means that whenever you check the status and you find that your case is at NVC, it means that KCC is not yet through with your processing. So if you are at NVC and yet you're not current, that means it's still being processed. But remember, there are some time that you can be told that you're current for interview processing, but when you check the status, it says at NVC. There might be such differences just for a short period. That one we understand. But if it stays for a long time that you are at NVC, and that means if you request KCC about your status through an email, and the email they send back is that they are still processing, that means they are still processing. But note that you might have your case being processed, but for the status to change from at NVC to in transit, from NVC to in transit, it is only after a space has been found in your embassy and you are ready to be scheduled for the interview, and therefore KCC has transferred your case to the embassy, and therefore it will change from at NVC and then to in transit. So before you are scheduled for the interview, before a vacant slot is available at your interview, in your case, then it will remain at NVC. And once a slot is there and you can be scheduled for the interview, then KCC will transfer your details to the embassy and it will change from at NVC to in transit. I hope that is clear. Please send me your email address. My email address is on the public. Yeah, I'm just sending it. So that is my email. I've just sent it. Jackson, hi sir. I applied DV lottery last year, but until now I have not got my passport, and now the problem is financial. Therefore, what do I do now to get it? But I'm from Kenya. Of course, for you to get the passport, you need to have the passport fee. You need to pay for the passport. Just look for the passport, for the fee, and apply for the passport. Let it not be too late. Let it not be too late. Sorry, guys. Please look for the fee and apply for your passport. If you have another work experience that qualifies, use that qualifying work experience. And then Miller, can I use high school diploma photocopy certified by Ministry of Foreign Affairs of my hometown at my interview? Yeah, your high school diploma has to be certified. It has to be certified. If you come from Uganda, let it be certified by the examining body of Uganda. If you're coming from, I'm speaking about this Kenyan guy, let your diploma, your high school diploma, be notarized, be certified. Let it be certified. From Cameroon, welcome, and your case number 58,000. What are the chances? That is relatively high case number. 58,000, it is relatively high case number. Of course, in the past years, we've seen cases up to 63,000, even 65,000 being interviewed. So 58,000 is relatively high. There are chances. It does not mean that there are no chances, but it is high number. My email I've just pinned. Good afternoon to you. That is Collins. Good afternoon to you. Also, in the DS260, what if you don't have a social media account? Then you don't add it there. If you don't have a media account, social media account, don't add it there. Thank you so much, sir, from Nepal. Shout out to Abdikadir, Nepal. Welcome to this channel. From Sri Lanka, send me your email. I've just sent my email. I'm from Cameroon. I'm not received the second notification letter. Yes, I submitted. What is your case number? Collins. What is your case number? 58? You said 58? No, I think I'm confusing. No. Yeah. What is your case number, Collins? You're not the one with 58. Sorry for that. Yeah. Ian East. Hello, DV Lottery 2024 applicant. Thank you. The results are about to be out. I made mistakes in the year of birth. Can I change if I win? Of course, you need to change it on the DS260 form. Change it. But remember, for you to access the results, you have to remember that birth certificate that you used, that erroneous birth certificate that you used, I mean birth date that you used, that is the birth date that will give you access to the results. So for you to check the results, use that erroneous birth date to gain access, and then when filling the DS260 form, use the good birth date. If you try to use the good birth date to access, you won't gain access. So use the bad one to access and then correct it in the DS260. Now, I'm born in Kuwait. I moved to Pakistan when I was 6 years old. I need passport. I need police clearance certificate from Kuwait. No, you are 6 years by then. You don't need it. Watching from UAE, welcome UAE. We have Mian. After winning the DV, should I allow to get married? Does the embassy issue visas to my wife? This is a large topic. Of course, even after winning the the DV lottery, you go ahead with your normal life. You can go ahead and marry. Only that you will be able to prove the existence of your relationship before the application or before the results are out. If you have firm evidence of your existing relationship, maybe engagement, maybe all those things, photos, whichever you can do, if you have that strong evidence, then go ahead and marry. There is no problem. You marry, add your spouse to the DS260 form, and then you're good to go. Hey, Verified Soul, I haven't received my 2NL yet. James Yedhio, I think you're from Kenya. What is your case number? What is your case number, James? Emmanuel, what are my chances? 40K, Accra, Ghana. 40K is a good number. The only problem is the speed at which Ghana is scheduling the interviews. That is the only problem. But 40K is not a bad number. Is it okay? That is Nish. Nish says, is it okay in the police clearance certificate, my ID number is mentioned instead of the passport number? Yeah, it is okay. If your national ID is mentioned there, there is no problem. Let it be mentioned there. Because the embassy fully understands the system of your police clearance certificate authority. They know that they use the ID number, the national identity. Use that number. There's no problem. Thank you, sir. I got my visa. Mohammed Conte, you said you got your visa? Then that is congratulations to you. Victor Ochieng, this is from Kenya. This is a Kenyan man. Sir, what name do you use if your spouse applied with her parents' surname and later have changed to her husband's son name? The issue of names. This mixed a lot of people, but from today, don't get mixed up with the names no more. Now, once you get married in many countries, the wife is allowed to use the husband's name. That means she drops the family name from where she comes from and takes the new name that is the name of the husband. All that KCC is about that. All that the embassy knows about that. So if you applied using your family name, when filling the DS260 form, on the other names, you see, you use the name, but on the other names used, you include those names that you have changed to. All the previous name that you've used, you include them there. That is not a problem. Even if you use the husband's name, and that is the name that is on the passport, and then on the other names, you use the family name, there's no problem. If you use your family name, and then other name, that name of your husband, and then you go for the interview, everything is okay. Everything is okay and is very fine. James Gidhuem from Kenya, thank you. Shout out to you from Kenya. Yeah, let me handle the other thing, guys, before we continue. Filling the DS260 and unlocking it. So, about filling the DS260 and unlocking it. I just said in many videos, many past videos, that DS260 should be filled correctly with utter accuracy. Accuracy to the point. And for you to ensure the total accuracy, I said that you need to do it bit by bit when you are sober. Start it today, for example. The results are out today. You can open it today or tomorrow. Start by filling the details that you have. Click save. Log out. Go and do your things. Gather the other details. Come back. Visit the website. Put in your confirmation number and everything. Access it. And then continue with the process of filling it bit by bit and correctly. That's what I said. But if you have additional information later on after submitting your DS260 and you want to update it, then you can request unlocking from KCC through an email. You email KCC with the specific details of the DS260 form that you're intending to open. If it's your form or your wife's or your husband's or your kids, you specify. And then they will unlock the specific part that... Yeah, we are back. Sorry for the hitch. Again, we had some interaction in the network. But I was saying I will do a video about DS260 form. Stick around for that in case you get selected. And then I think we are coming to the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. Let us conclude the video with these questions. James, you're saying your case number is 17. 17 for Nairobi Embassy should be comfortable because we are currently at 14,000. 17,000 for you is very comfortable. How we wish that Nairobi Embassy would pull up the socks and tackle as many questions, as many interviews as they are supposed to. That is our prayer. That is our prayer. But even with the current speed, 17,000, you're safe. You'll soon get your second verification letter and scheduled for the interview. Whoa, 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 whoa. These African embassies, the Nairobi embassy, the Addis Ababa embassy, the Ghana embassy, why are they doing this to their people? Why are they doing this to their people? I wish you could be watching this video and pull up your socks. Help these people. They want to achieve their dreams. And then we have John. Do you have an idea when Lagos Embassy will start to work on DV Lottery 2023 cases? Case number 18,000, no 2NL yet. Lagos Embassy have started working on DS260 case yet. Oh my God. You see? You see? Oh Africa, Mother Africa, help us, help us, help us. For the Lagos Embassy, as per the data, they have not started. Oh. This drives us crazy. It drives us crazy. Can you transfer your case to another embassy? John, can you transfer? Can you consider transferring your case? Just try as early as possible. Transfer your case to another embassy. I saw the, is it Cameroonian? The Cameroonian embassy, let me check. Because Cameroon is your neighbor, just there. Yaoundé, let's see Yaoundé. Yaoundé, they are really doing great. They are already on upwards of 34, between 34 and 35 scheduling. John, please transfer your case to Cameroon. It's just across border. Transfer your case to Cameroon. Save your case. Save your case. Do it right away. We have Wiredu Francis. I hope I'm pronouncing that well. From Ghana. I am selected as the main applicant while I'm in a different country as a married man. How can I go for the interview with my wife? So long as your wife, even if he's a foreigner, was included in the DS260 form and in the initial application, you just go with her comfortably. There is no hitch with that. So the other question, sir, you have not answered my question. Yes, I've done. Which question? Please repaste it. I've done it. You are talking about booking for the delivery service. I've talked about it. Just scroll back the video from the point that you asked. I have already answered it into details. Yeah, John, please transfer. Make sure you transfer. I pasted my email ID. Let me paste it again. Transfer your question. Transfer your interview. Just do it. Now, no more questions. So no more question. I don't see any other question. Thank you guys for sticking around. The other question that I want to talk about as I conclude the video, and if you have question, please post it there, is about the single mothers and their dads are not around to give the consent. So if you are a single mother and you have kids with a husband, but the husband is not there to give the consent letter for those kids, what are you supposed to do? Remember, the child or the kids, they are protected lawfully by the law. The state protects the children in all countries. And that means no grown-up person is allowed to go outside that country with a kid just that way. Because the embassy or the country want to know, are you, is the kid safe? Will the kid be safe? Or has the kid been stolen? Are you doing the human trafficking? Are you trafficking the kids? So the kids are protected by law. And therefore you need to show proof that you have the custody over these kids. You are the one taking care. You are the custodian. You have all the rights over these kids. You are their mother. You are their guardian. You are the one responsible for their lives. You have to prove that. And since you are a single parent, and yet the kids, they have the father and also the mother. The mother cannot go outside the country with the kids without their father giving consent. And so is for the husband. He cannot go outside with the kids without the consent of the mother. And that's why if you are a single mother and you have the kids and the father is nowhere to be seen, then you need to go to the court. You need to get a lawyer and get the letter of sole custody. Sole custody. Sole custody means that it declares you as the sole custodian of your kids. You have all the decisions to make over your kids. When you go with that letter to the point of exit, you will be allowed to move with the kids. That is the only thing that you're supposed to do. If the husband is not there to give the consent letter, then obtain the full custody letter. This is very key to all of you who are single parents. It so applies to the men. Remember, you cannot get the sole custody of your kids if the husband is there. He has the authority to oppose. Get it right. He has the authority to oppose. You cannot be with your husband and simply because of differences, and then you say, I'll go and get the sole custody. It won't happen because the husband has full right. You also have full rights. But if the mother or the husband is nowhere to be seen, maybe he went long time ago, then you can obtain the sole custody document from the court, from the legal authority, and use it for that. Thank you so much. Back to the questions, if there are any. If there are any. Last question was, what can DV do to improve embassy performance or hands tied? Yeah, your hands are tied. The United States government or the Department of States or KCC or whichever the body, USCIS, they don't have authority over the embassy's performances, over the DV lottery. They don't. Over the consulates. They don't. So how much more you? You don't have any authority. You can't do anything. You cannot demonstrate. You cannot do anything. In fact, I saw some guys from Ethiopia trying to demonstrate with a banner saying, help us, the DV Lottery 2024. So your hands tied. You cannot do nothing. You can't do nothing. You can't do nothing. It's just an unfortunate case, an unfortunate incident. They are really failing us. They are really failing us. Hey, I'm still struggling to change my interview location. I've mailed as per suggested me. Yes. Let me tell you, let me be frank here. KCC, let me tell you, KCC needs to be bothered. You bother them a lot. Because if you don't bother them, they don't issue visa transfer willingly. They don't. You need to pester them. Pester them. Tell them you want to change because of A, B, and C. I've shifted because currently I'm here. This is my location. Tell them. If they reject, follow up. Tell them. Follow up. Tell them again and again. They will finally transfer you. I have a case with a Somali guy, and I told him the same. You need to pester them. Finally, the guy was rescheduled to a better interview location. So not one email, because they are not ready to do those transfers. You need to push on, give solid reasons. They will do it. I've said I have a friend who did that. I told him, you keep on pushing. You need to tell them again and again. They will finally change you. And already the guy has the second notification letter. Congratulations to you if you're watching from Somalia. You know what I'm talking about. Go ahead and do that. Happy to be here. Welcome, Angay. We have Hannah Moore. But what if you have a kid with a man who was not married to you? Yes, even if you have a kid and you are not married to the man still has the right over that kid, so long as he is the biological father. He has the right over the kid. So if you are a woman and you got a baby with a man that you're not married to, you also have to go to the court or to the lawyer and get the sole custody form. Get the sole custody form for the kid. Because you will not get past the airport. You won't get past the airport without that form. You won't. I assure that you won't. Just go for the sole custody documents. Got visa approved, Alex. Got visa approved yesterday. Congratulations for that. But the problem, the DV visa category option does not appear when I try to register to pick the address. And how much time will it take to print and return the... So let me tell you, if you have the issue with booking the courier service, just contact the embassy. Be in communication with the embassy and tell them the challenges that you're getting. Let them sort the problem with you. And about the time that you take to print the stamp on the passport and be sent back to you, it ranges between 3 days and a week. Just that short, 3 days and a week. Sometimes it may spread over a week, but between 3 days and a week, you get your visa back. Hello, I want to know if it's just in 24 hours or 48 hours later, one can be in transit. No, there is no definite time. From at NVC to in transit, there's no definite time. It just depends with the speed of your embassy and the position of your case number. If your case number is reached by the embassy, then that's the time it will change from at NVC to in transit. Once KCC has transferred your details to the embassy, you cannot estimate. And then you continue to say, does it mean that those who didn't enter in transit can get to an L? When your case is moving from KCC to the embassy, it changes to in transit temporarily. And then once you are through with the interview and your visa is approved, the status will be ready. When you're scheduled for the interview, the status is ready. When you're scheduled for the interview, the status is ready. And it will continue to be ready until your visa is approved. Now, Please, my question states that my wife is back home in Ghana and I'm in different country as the main applicant. How can we, go for the interview, the both of you together? Let the wife come to the country and go to the interview together, or you move to the to the wife's country if the interview is there, and go together to the embassy. Go to the interview, the both of you. If you try to do the other way, that is so hard, that you go alone and then you do some local arrangement to allow your wife to be scheduled, it will be a long process and time might die on you, and it might be even impossible. Just let your wife come to your country if the interview is in your country, and then go together to the embassy for the interview. If the interview is the wife's country, come back there. Go the both of you to the embassy. I have a K1, that is the fiancé visa petition, which has been approved from the USCIS. At the same time, I'm waiting for the DV interview. AF26. If I dropped the K1 case, will it affect my DV case? Is the K1 visa approved? You have said it has been approved by USCIS, and that means you have the visa, if I'm not wrong. If you have the visa, then of course with the K1 visa you only have 90 days. 90 days period for you to move to the US, arrange for the wedding, get married. And if those 90 days expires on you before you are married, then that means you are doomed. Therefore, if your visa is approved, you go ahead to the US and get married, because if you get married, then you get your visa. That is a assured one. But remember, for the DV, if you go for the interview, you might also not pass the interview. So handle both cases. It will not affect anything. If you have your second notification letter and you know the date of your interview, if you have the second notification letter now as we are speaking, and you know the dates of the interview, of course it will be between now and some between 1 and 6 weeks you'll have your interview. Then you can buy time and then go for the DV interview, and if you pass, you get your visa, and then move to the US and then get married, because 90 days will not have expired. I'm just giving scenarios. But if you don't have your 2NL and you don't know when it will come, then take your take your flight, go to the US and get married. Use the both chances. Don't lose either. Have you gotten my sense? Just argue around that and do that. Is there any hope for case number 27,000? KCC says ready for interview, Accra, Ghana. Wow, what? Accra, Ghana, 27,000. Wow. So your case being current, that is not a problem. That's not an issue. The issue is the embassy. Wow, Accra, Ghana. Wow, Accra, Ghana. Accra, Ghana makes it so hard for your case number, even if it's good. It makes it so hard. Accra, Ghana. As we are speaking, they are on the 19th, between 19th and 20th. So if I can approximate, your case is very safe. If they continue with this speed, it means within the next 2 or 3 months, they might reach your case number. But if they slow down, then your case number is at risk. Are you getting the concept? They are now at 20,000 and you are 27. That means you are safe if they continue the speed, even if it's not a high speed. But if they reduce or something happen along the way, your number is risky. But 27,000 is good for Africa. It should be good. Again, Africa, wake up, help us. Wow, questions are coming. Hannah Moore. Okay, Hannah Moore, what you're supposed to do, I'm now getting you. You're supposed to phrase your question in full. Does it mean that you are married? If you are married, Hannah Moore, if you are married and you have a kid that is not your husband's kid, the certificate of marriage, that is the final document. Let me be precise on this. Let me do it for the sake of the video and sake of the other, even as I answer you. If you are a lady and you have a kid or kids, and then you get married to a man, once you get married legally, the point is legally, and means you have this marriage certificate. The kids automatically, they become the stepchildren of the husband. They become the stepchildren of the husband. And stepchildren, they are legal. They are very legal to be derivatives. Step kids, biological kids, and adopted kids. So if you have a husband already, then you have nothing to worry. The kids, they have the full custodianship, the full custody of the husband. Is the point home more? Shout out yes if it is. Please, I'm current for my interview. That's why I'm asking at NVC. Of course, I've said if your case status in the SIAC reads at NVC, it means that you're current, yes, but the embassy has not reached scheduling your case. Once they reach scheduling your case, then KCC will send your details to the embassy and the status will change from at NVC. I wish you all the best for the May. What about UAE Embassy? Case number 49,400. Just a little bit. Where is it? Abu Dhabi. So Abu Dhabi Embassy, of course, it should not be performing bad. Abu Dhabi, they are upwards of 35,000. So your case should be safe. With Abu Dhabi, you are safe. My visa is not yet approved. It was approved by USCIS and sent to NBC. I'm still waiting for the twin. Then that gives you a good period. As you're waiting for your K1 visa to be approved, you're also waiting for the second notification letter. Double the chances, then you're good. Whichever comes first, deal with it, then wait for the next. But if the one comes first and you get the visa, then you're good to go. That is the DV lottery. If K1 visa is approved, then you have that option as well. Congratulations. You have double chances. Double the chances. AF 59,000 submitted. You are in Lome Embassy. 59,000 in Lome Embassy. Let's just look at it. Lome, Togo. Togo, wow. Togo is doing fine. We are up to 35,000 scheduled. 35,000 scheduled. So for your case is 59. 59,000 is a high case number, definitely. That's for sure. Very high. But if the embassy performs well, that case number should at least get an interview towards the end. But it's a high case number. It might also not get the chance. So I hope you did apply for the DV Lottery 2024 as well, and you're waiting for the results. Um, uh, why you're not answering me? Fire. Interview location Islamabad. My case number 16. Is there a chance? Um, I told you, I answered this, that for Islamabad, they are on 13, I said, 13,000 as at now. Then for 16K, it might have that chance. It might have that chance. Even if it's high, it might have that chance. 16,000 and 13,000 currently. So you might have that chance. Islamabad Embassy, 16,000K, you still have a chance. Yeah, Hannah is saying that I'm from eligible country and my husband is not from eligible country, that is Nigeria. But you yourself, Hannah, more, you come from Cameroon. And you're asking if it will affect you. It will not, because you're the principal applicant. If you qualify, nothing bad at all. The husband gets the privilege of going to the United States just through you. It's very okay. Very okay. And you did good. It's good to give other people chances. Please, what amount will you have to have in your account for the embassy to issue the FB? No, to issue the DV lottery visa. I hope, let me answer it this way. If you have a host, or a sponsor, if you have a sponsor, a financial sponsor who is in the United States, you don't have to have nothing in the bank. Nothing at all. Nothing in the bank. Zero. I mean zero. You need to have zero. But if you don't have a sponsor, you just have a host but don't have a sponsor, and you are willing to sponsor yourself, maybe you are rich enough to sponsor yourself, then the amount that you need per every person in your application will be 10,000 United States dollars. A minimum of 10,000 United States dollars per every individual. So if you are single, you need 10,000 US dollars. If you are married with a wife, then you need 20,000 US dollars, and so on and so forth. So if you want to sponsor yourself, have that enough savings in your account. And not in terms of property or asset, in terms of liquid money. That is cash. Now, let me tackle the other question before we proceed, the other topic, and that is on how to open the second notification letter sent by KCC. So once you become current and your embassy has the capacity to give you or to schedule you for the interview, then KCC will transfer your case to the embassy and consequently send you an email notifying you that you have an existing notification, a pending notification over in the website, that is the dvprogram.state.gov, the ESC. So an email will come to your email, the email that you used in the DS260 form, and then it will tell you that you have a notification. You have the second notification letter in your page in the dvprogram.state.gov/ESC. So once you get that email, just leave that email alone, or you click that link inside the email. Click that link inside that email notification. It will take you to that page, the ESC, dvprogram.state.gov/ESC. And then you put in your details as required, and then you will access your second notification letter. So you who wanted me to discuss on this topic, for you to access the second notification letter, you are supposed to visit the link inside that email notification, and then it will take you to the dvprogram.state.gov/esc. Then you will put your details, and then you will access your second notification letter in there. Is that clear to you? I hope so. Victor Chieng, thank you for this question that you are saying. My question is this one. What if I haven't traveled out of your country but have changed towns? Will you, I know you wanted to ask, will you fill in that part? So if you've just changed towns or villages within your country and not moved out of the country, then you don't have to feel anything about traveling to other countries. Tell me, sir, I've submitted my DS260 form in August, but I've not received the second notification letter. Please tell me if I'm going to receive it. Please, Collins, I can't scroll back to know your case number. Please tell me your case number. Please tell me your case number. Yeah, Hannah, God bless you. Cleared my doubt. Yeah, I'm here for that. Thank you so very much. Do you guys have any more question? Because it's already 1 hour 30 minutes. Today I didn't want to give time limit. I wanted to answer everyone to their satisfaction. So if you have any question, I still have some time for you. So, but if you don't, there is also no problem in winding up. If you can wind up, then I go to sleep. That would be good. But if you have questions, then I'll be awake and answer you. So, do you have questions? If you don't, let me tackle this other question. By the way, I wrote them here. That is my poor handwriting, you see? The poor handwriting. So, the other topic was about the visa refusal based on the grades and performance in the high school education. Maybe you got a poor certificate, poor diploma in the high school diploma. Will that disqualify you? No, I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that. I've never had a single case that this person was selected a winner and during the interview was denied because of the low grade. Apart from some few cases in West Africa, some West African guys or the CEOs, they try to give you some mathematical equations to solve, some mathematical things to solve. I don't know why, but about the grade and you getting grades, poor grades, let's say, for example, if I may use my home country, if you get a D or a D minor or a distant or whatever, I've never seen people being denied visa because of that. But some other people, they try to say that if you get an E, you might lose, but I don't know. I've never heard of that. But if you get, I've never heard. Let me be sincere. I've never heard of such cases. And about West Africa, those questions, especially from Liberia, I heard of some guy, some friend of mine, that they were given some mathematical problem to solve. So if you know about that thing, it will be great for you sharing with us here. Or you can contact me on the email that I've just pasted there. Just contact me, let's chat. Give me the facets of that interview. Why were you asked? What do they want? Which type of questions do they, mathematics problem do they say, if at all it's there? I heard of that. So if it is really there, Why don't you? By the way, I have a ring here. I saw someone commenting that, are you married? Yes, I am married. I am married. Yeah, that is it. So if you have that case about West Africa, then consider contacting me. Let's discuss and help others. Alex, you are requesting for me to make a video on how to get the passport back. Surely I'll do. I'm here for you people. Surely I'll do that. Emily, umelala mapema. Wacha nilale mapema. That is the local dialect, the local language. Yeah, bear with us. Collins, you're saying that your case number is 5,802. Please want to know. So you want to know. Oh my God. You submitted your DS260 in August. Wow. In August, yet you have a very low case number. So you've not gotten, yeah, that is the problem of submitting the DS260 very late, yet you have a very low case number. Because for August cases, they were just being processed around January there. Around January, you see, just the other month. So, yeah, but you'll get, your case number is good. You'll get it. But for you who are waiting for the results, please don't make the mistake of submitting your DS260 form late, especially if your case number is below 10,000 for Africa, or for Asia, you're below 5,000, or for Europe, you're below 10,000, or that range. If your case number is very low, don't submit your case, your DS260 form very low. Don't, very late. Don't do that. Yeah, hey Abdi, please, it's me again. My case has an adoption child and I have his adoption paper. So do I need to notarize when I come to Nairobi? No, I've not heard of that. But if it's possible to notarize all notarizable documents, all documents that are supposed to be notarized, they can be notarized. You need to notarize them. There's no problem with that. Alternatively, you can come with the original. Do a copy. Of course, you'll need a copy. Do a copy and also come with the original copy. The original copy also serves as the notarized in such a case. If you are going for a vacation, you don't need a police clearance because there's no vacation that goes up to 1 year, or maybe yours. Yours maybe, Hannah, can it go to 1 year, up to 1 year? I don't think. If 3 months, 1 month, several weeks, don't need the police clearance certificate. But if you stay more than 6 months, definitely you need the police clearance certificate. About sponsorship, the form I-134, remember there are just few embassies that don't request, but majority of embassies, they request. So about Cameroon, I don't know, I'm not sure, but there's no problem with you requesting your host to give you the form I-134, because it's better be overly prepared than losing your visa or being put to the AP. Case number ready for visa interview scheduling. It means that they have processed your DS-260 form and you are below the cutoff number and just waiting to be scheduled for the interview. And yeah, you're saying you are a DV 2023 winner and you have no work experience. Do you think they will send me the 2NL? The sending of 2NL is not determined by the qualification. No, it does not depend on that. It only depends on the case number, the position of your case number. That will not affect. The time that your work experience will come to use is during the interview, when they will be asking you question about your qualification. Just that simple. But remember, Andie, if I'm pronouncing that name correctly, that if you've qualified academically, that is, you have the high school diploma or certificate, then forget about work experience. Forget about it. Forget about it. If you have finished the high school education, then forget about work experience. You are qualified with the certificate alone, the diploma alone. No, birth certificates are not to be certified as the academic. Just go with the birth certificates as it is, the original one, just as it is, the original birth certificate. Yeah, the principal applicant, you can go ahead and start filling the DS-260 form as you're waiting for the derivatives passport details. But remember, after you've submitted, hurry up to get the passports and update it. So the point is to fill the DS-260 as early as possible. That's why you are allowed, you as the principal applicant, to use your details and then add some other details for the derivative, submit it, then come later and update it. But for the principal applicant, there's no way around that. No, for the Bishop, for this case we are talking about transferring your case between Japan and Nepal. So between Japan and Nepal, since your case is current, or if you have your second notification letter, the best no, your case, you have not received the second notification letter, if I'm not wrong. You have not. Have you? Please answer me down there for me to tackle it clearly. Have you the 2NL? Bishop, have you the 2NL? Yes, you have the 2NL. So if you have the 2NL, currently you're holding the 2NL, KCC has no authority over your case any longer. They don't have anymore. So the ones with the authority is the Nepal embassy, where your 2NL, your interview has been scheduled. They are the one with that. So what you're supposed to do, get this right, and all of you, please. If you have the second notification letter and you're wishing to change your venue for interview, what you're supposed to do, and I see your case is your date of interview is May 19. So what you're supposed to do is you need to communicate with the embassies. So call the Nepal embassy. Tell them you are currently residing in Japan. Is it possible for me to reschedule my interview to Tokyo or to Japan? And then call the Japan embassy, the Tokyo embassy. Tell them that you are currently in Japan and you are a DV winner with this case number such, and my name is this and this and this. And tell them you are scheduled for Nepal that is the Kathmandu, but you want it to be transferred to Japan, ask them to give you that position, to give you that space. Tell them to let you transfer to Tokyo. And more than any other thing, they will be willing to do that. So talk with them. Tell them that you wish to transfer it to that place because you are there. They will give you a go-ahead. And then tell the Nepal embassy that Japan is willing to transfer. And then once you tell Nepal that Japan is willing to receive your transfer, Nepal will transfer your case to the Tokyo embassy, to the embassy in Japan. I don't know if it's in Tokyo, but they will transfer. So once you've gotten your second notification letter and you want to transfer your venue for interview, you communicate with both the embassy, the destination embassy where you want it to be taken from, and your previous embassy, the scheduled interview location. Talk with them, talk with the other one, then tell the other one that they have allowed you to transfer. They will transfer. Bisho, is that clear? So do that and do it on call. Don't email. Email may delay you. Just call. Call them. Present your case. This is a serious issue. May 19th is just a month away, a month or so. So don't use emails. Communicate. Call. Talk with them. They are willing to cooperate. They are not negative people. They are not sadists. They are willing to help you. So that's how you go about it. 20,000, and you're saying you're from Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka. That is the Colombo. No. For Colombo Embassy, with your case is too high. Your case is too high. 20,600 is too high. They are still around 8,000. For Asia, normally, 20,000 is a high case number. For Asia, 20,000 is normally a high case number. And it's more so for the Colombo Embassy, it's very high. So I hope you applied for the DV Lottery 2024 just to try another chance. I hope you did. Did you? Mwema, for the DV photo, please allow me answer this way. Search on my channel, the verified soul. Search for the DV photo requirements. I've done a detailed video about that not long before. Just search DV Lottery photo verified soul. You'll get it there. Guys, we are 1 hour 44 minutes. Any more questions? Any more questions? It is your day. If there's no more questions, then we can call it a day. Let me see if I have some other questions. I don't have no more topic to discuss, so I think we can call off the video. I see some other. Okay, I got it. Thank you a lot, man. Yeah, Bishop, thank you. Please do it and keep me updated. Keep me updated. Keep me updated. Now, guys, as we come to the end, let me nail one point. If you're waiting for the second notification letter and you are seeing risks of your case not being scheduled for the interview because of your embassy performance, one, you have a very good case number. Two, your interview location, the country you come from is performing really poorly. The point that I want to nail, if I were you, I would take the necessary step of transferring my case to a better embassy. And the other thing I want to nail on this, remember, KCC is never willing to transfer, readily willing to transfer. They are not. You need to do it, to request them one and again, giving them evidence, and finally they will do it for you. Just save your interview, save your case. It's a rare chance. Just do whatever you can do to secure your chance and let God help you. Never keep God aside. Pray a lot. Let God help you. So, just the last questions as I wind up the video. I was asking about the background. Okay, the background for the DV photo should be white or something close to white. It should not be a dark thing, not blue, red, or whatever. It is white background or off white, like the background that I have now. That is accepted. The background that I am doing this video from, that is accepted, or plain white. Please, sir, I have a question. My case is 18,000, Beirut, and I submitted on August and then updated it in September. What about my chances? Yeah, you did very right. For August, for your case, that is not too late, because that is not too late for your case. And again, for you updating, you did the right thing. I always encourage people to update their DS260 form, because better you have a correct filled DS260 form than getting visa denial. If you find a reason to update your DS260 form, just go ahead. So what you did was right, and it won't cause any harm. But let's come back to your case. You're saying that you come from Beirut. Give me a moment. That is Lebanon. And Lebanon, they are doing good, because they are up. They have scheduled up to 27,000. They have scheduled up to case number 27,000. So you can see 18K is just within that gap, and you can get your certification letter anytime soon. You have great chances. Please, how can I get a sponsorship when I'm selected? Yeah, I talked about getting a sponsorship and a host. You get it from the groups, the social groups on Facebook, social groups on WhatsApp, social group on Telegram. And these social groups, they are social groups about people abroad, people in the diaspora, people in the United States. You can get it from your friends. If you have a friend over there, you can get it from a family member who is over there. You can get it from a friend of a friend, even from somebody that you don't know, but you've been referred by your friend, a family friend that you even don't know, but is there. There are many ways to hustle for this host, this sponsor. You can get it from the community groups in the Facebook, in the Telegram, in the WhatsApp. Those people in the United States, they have the community. Also, by following these channels that speak about that, you can get friends from there to host you. Church, you can get from your church. Maybe you have branches or you are affiliated with other churches over in the United States. You can get members there to host you, to give you the sponsorship documents, and so on. Endless ways. You just need to be active, active, active. Be active. Be active. You'll get one. Uh, Please, if I don't have enough money to pay for the green card, I can still pay once I arrive in the United States. Yes, remember, the only money that you are required to pay during the interview is the visa fee. The visa fee, that visa that is stamped on your passport, the visa fee, you are supposed to pay it during the interview, and that is 330 United States dollars for every person. If you are a family of 3, you'll need 990 US dollars. If you are single, that is 330 US dollars. That is the fee that you're supposed to pay. But the green card fee, the 220 US dollars per head, you can pay it once you come to the US. You pay it once you land here in the United States. That is what you should do. Now, any update from Nairobi? The update that I have, and it is here, is that they only are up to 14,000 in allocating the interviews, up to case number 14,000. If you update your DS26 form, won't it push your case further? No, it won't push your case further. If, let's say, your case number is high and it's yet to be scheduled for the interview, if you change it, even if it maybe it's not current, if you change the details there, it will not affect. The only time, and it's a rare case, that it affects you is only if you're just about to be scheduled for the interview, just about, and then you request updating. Definitely it will have to be reviewed. But let's say, for example, you will come to be scheduled for the interview in the month of July. If you change now, no effect at all. Just update it. Even if it causes a slight delay, like for the case I've just described, just update it. It's better that it be correct, because it just cause a slight detail, not a big detail. Are we together? Case number 53. Do we stand a chance? Nairobi Embassy, for sure, with the current speed of Nairobi Embassy, no. For 53K, no, unless something happens. But I hope you did apply for the DV Lottery 2024. That is the other hope that you should be having. A brother is asking, he's a driver, not working under any company. What does he present as work experience? That one does not qualify as work experience. Sorry for that. Yeah, this is a good question. Obeid, Chabo Obeid. If I don't have a sponsor, I have a host and I have money, but I withdraw my money from the bank due to the Lebanese bank problems. Can I take cash money with me to the interview as a proof of support, financial support? No. What they need is the documents. The document from the bank showing your savings, not the cash, the document. So maybe you can find a different bank, and you post it there, then produce the statement, come with it to the embassy. Not the cash. And remember, moving out of a country with such large amount of money is considered illegal. You need to really provide proofs that it is not out of some illegal activities. So you just find another bank or some other financial systems and put your money there, print the statement, bring it to the embassy. According to the KCC, my case number is 500. AF 500? 500 is current for interview processing as per current embassy. Do I have a 500? 500, you should have already gotten your interview long time ago, even with the Accra embassy. Long time ago. 500? You mean 500? That is so low a case number. Maybe it happens you submitted your DS260 very late, but you should have gotten your interview. I don't know where the problem lies. You know it better. I'm still waiting for the 2NL. Yes, Lil Dumbe, I wish you success. I wish you success. I hope for the best for you. Can we Ugandans also go for interviews in Kigali? Yeah. Yes. 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 In fact, for now, I tell the Somali people, the Ugandan people, and all those people affiliated with the Nairobi embassy to look for the nearby, the East African countries, and transfer their cases there. Yeah. If Kigali is doing fine, let me see, then take your case there. Move it out of Nairobi embassy. It is about your opportunities, about your chance. Move it over there. Let's see Kigali. Kigali. Yeah. You are not tied to Nairobi. Like, Kigali is upward of 50,000. Are you kidding me? 50,000. Then that is the best place if you come from within East Africa. You can also go for Tanzania. Tanzania, they are also doing beautiful job, beautiful work, beautiful work. Why don't you consider taking it there? And since we have free movement within the East African community, you have all the chances. You do act as yourself. Do it, transfer it. Huwa tunasema cheza kama wewe in the African Swahili community. Please act. Please act. Yes, Chabo, that will be a good idea. Just go ahead and do it. That will be a good idea. Do it. Currently, I'm from Uganda. I'm grateful of your video. My case number is 49,000. I hope 2NL from Nairobi. Yeah, you are the same person that I'm talking about. If you have 49,000, just work hard and transfer it to Tanzania or to Kigali. Don't rely on Nairobi. Nairobi will fail you. 49,000, I assure you, you won't get the 2NL with the current performance, unless something else happens. If you can, transfer your case to Kigali, transfer your case to Tanzania, and you'll be safe. Just do it. Try for ways and do it. Just do it. It's now about fighting for your space. It's now about fighting for your chance, because it's a chance of a lifetime. Why do I say so? Because if you take with the current statistics, about 30 million people, or about 25 million people apply for the DV lottery. And if you take that, for Africa, it will be one time in over 200 years. One time in over 200 years. That is to mean in every 200 cases, only one person is selected. So if you get that chance, if you are that one person, then why don't you just do it? Act. Get out of the Nairobi embassy. Go to Tanzanian embassy. Get out of Nairobi embassy. Go to Kigali embassy. Whatever you can do, rescue your case. Rescue your case. Now, Yolande Mwasi. Yolande Mwasi. I didn't add my daughter as accompanying me immediately because I didn't have funds. But if I happen to have the funds for her to immigrate immediately with me, can I take her to the interview? Oh my, Yolande, get this. Listen to me clearly. There's something I want to tell you together with the other viewers. If you are a family, you have some derivatives under you, some dependents under you, family members, and you know you don't have enough cash to immigrate with them at one go. I always tell you people, apply the DV lottery with all of them. You should never leave one out. In the DS260, include all of them. And then after including all of them, now this is where I want to point out. In the DS260 form, indicate that you are immigrating with them. That is my solid advice. Fill their details and indicate that you're going with them. And then hustle for the money to go with them to the medical checkup and then to the interview. When you get that money for the medical and for the visa, and then you have been interviewed, all of you, then come back and then decide. I don't have enough money, but we all have the visas. And these visas, they are going to expire within the next 6 months. So we have time. Let me go ahead as the principal applicant, go hustle for the money, work for the money, and then send you the flight ticket. Remember, they are holding their visas, their passports stamped with the visas. So then go, get the money, send them the air ticket, then let them come. Remember, the second option is possible and it's always good. It's also good, but not very good. You enter the DV lottery together. In the DS26, you fill all the details, but you select not immigrating with them. So if you select on the DS260 form not immigrating with them, then it means that you will go through the medical and the interview process alone without them. And then once you are there, you get enough money, then you organize for their interviews as well. So you see, that becomes a lengthy process because they'll have to go through the medical checkup again and then through the interview alone once you're there. So it's a whole process. So better you go with them through to the interview, and then if you don't have enough air ticket, go alone, leave them behind, but they are holding their visas, and then send them back the flight ticket for them to join you. That will be the best option. I hope I've clarified it to you all. DS26 submitted in July, unlock and resubmitted in January. You are okay. You're very safe. You did the correct thing. Hello, brother. Thanks for the good job. My academic papers have 2 years, not yet passed 2 years, 2 names. Yet my passport has 3 names. What do I do? That's not a problem. That's not a problem. Names on the academic document, they normally are not a problem. They don't affect nothing. They don't affect nothing. But for you to be safe, just do an affidavit of name. It's not a complicated process. You just get a lawyer, pay some few coins, then stamps you with the affidavit of name, and you're good to go. Simple process. Yeah. Hello, brother. Thanks. No, thanks a lot, bro. Yeah, much love to you. Question, please. Can I present a document from an official notary public proving my total money? Yeah. If there is a way you can do to prove that you have the money, do that. No problem. It must be proven by legal entities that you have that cash. Bro, thank you so much for your efforts. Our fingers are crossed waiting for the results. All the best, Victor Cheng. We pray God to give you that chance. By your experience, when is the 2NL coming? Please. I don't know your case number, but 2NL comes after your case is current and your DS26 is processed. So allow me, guys, to come to the end of this video, and allow me thank you so much for everything. Thank you so much for your subscription. Thank you so much for even coming to this live. But make sure you do everything to secure or to rescue your case. Thank you, guys. Let's meet in the next video.